Let's take a look at the Islamic State's Caliphate strategy. Best way to do that is by looking at a map, first of where the Caliphate is starting, and then where it is beginning to spread. As you can see here in this map we have of Iraq and Syria, they've already taken a considerable amount of territory. Recently, they've taken Palmyra in Syria and Ramadi in Iraq, so they're continuing their offensive operations. In these orange or red areas along here, you can see that there's very direct control. These other areas are areas that are sort of support. Now, this is what people generally think of when we're talking about the Caliphate and the Islamic State, this area along here in Syria and Iraq. But we know they actually have much more grandiose ambitions. Here's what they actually think they're going to achieve over time. You can see on this map, they believe that their caliphate is going to stretch all the way across North Africa, through the Middle East, into Eurasia, and in fact into the heart of Europe itself. Now, for some of us, this looks like it's an impossibility, but if you take a look at what they've been able to do so far, this map shows countries that have ISIS-pledged jihadist groups. This is essentially allowing us to visualize how far this jihadist virus has spread. We've got Iraq and Syria here, but as you can see, all the way across North Africa, into the Middle East, into South Asia, and in fact into Southeast Asia, with Indonesia and the Philippines, you have jihadist groups that have pledged some level of fealty or allegiance to the Islamic State. So you've got at least 18 countries now where this has begun to take root. You've got 36 jihadist groups ranging from rather important in terms of their attacks and their ability to mount fighters on the front lines. And also you have some other groups now that are just beginning to become more of an issue. But this really raises for us the serious possibility that even if you can deal with the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, if it spreads out beyond those boundaries, Iraq and Syria can be replicated elsewhere. Any of these countries could be the next front for the anti-ISIS fight.